You've all been requesting some more Zodiac Tournament. Well, I have a actual round 3 feature match for you guys. You're going to be watching Pendulum Magicians, aka the new good shit, versus, well, you guessed it, Stun. Basically what you're going to be watching here in the first turn is going to be, well, the most optimal turn that you can honestly kind of imagine being built up from Pendulum Magicians. You guys have kind of heard me talk about Foolish Burial, Foolish Burrowing out Dark Worm. Dark Worm has this really stupid clause that allows itself, special summon itself once per turn while you control no monsters. And, of course, its trigger effect will search, because this is on normal or special summon, which will allow you to recruit for a Gate 0. And, of course, your beautiful Gate 0 is acting as a 0 scale that is searchable. Now, many of you guys have honestly, you've heard me talk about this play. Well, this is the most optimal thing that you can actually do in this deck. Scrollcombat Joker, Dark Worm. Who actually knew? So, I'm going to kind of speed this up here. Recruiting for Harmonizing, going into Electromite, whoo, just Value Town. Setting up Astrograph Sorcerer through the effect of Electrum. Some real good shit here. The fact that he's going to be able to Pendulum Summon 2 from the extra deck and go along with his day. Oh, so much value. And he actually held the Pendulum Call. Pendulum Call is going to allow him a lot more recruitability here. Scales that are indestructible. Yeah, so much good value. And Double Iris. Now, keep in mind, his scales won't be able to be popped. So, navigating around Double Iris going to be a little bit trickier, but that's not a problem, because this is Yu-Gi-Oh! And sometimes we have ways to get around this. So scales are set up, and out rolls, well, you guys guessed it, PS3. Harmonizing into Double Iris. So much value. Moving on along with our... Yu-Gi-Oh! Is so stupid. Time Pendulum Graph. Electromite harmonizing into Needle Fiber. Ooh, you guys have heard me talk about that play so many times. Needle Fiber, stupid Dragon Shrine, beaming out the Ghost Ogre here, so much value. Glow Up Bulb milling, Dragon Shrine. It's a real shame that this shrine is going to shit. Yep, beaming out Omega with the Glow Up Bulb. Time Pendulum Graph set. How do you deal with this as a player? Because this can tag out into Wonder Magician and disrupt anything that Stun actually does. Bleach actually draws for turn, and he's just like, no. I'm done. I'm not going to give you any information. So he forces his opponent to go into the next game blind, which is actually a really good call on Bleach's half down here. Not allowing the opponent to get the knowledge of which we're playing. Very excellent call. Now his opponent is blind. Like, no side deck. No value. Inspect Border down here. Just... Inspect Border is so good against this deck. But you have to understand that if they summon any Pendulum monster, they turn their effects on, because Inspect Border does include Pendulums. So keep that in mind. Just, I mean, you give your opponent one effect, so I guess it is what it is. 2k body. You gotta take your L's where you can get them, I guess. Such a stupid card. Why does this thing exist? Also remember, it can't be normal summoned or special summoned, so feel free to sit away. So, here we go. So we can't activate any monster effects. In clarification to this, it does state link monsters, so, or pendulums. So like I said, he'll have to establish one. Duality rolling in here. Gonna grab the Unending Nightmare. Woohoo, Value Town. We're not gonna worry about those scales. Stupid Inspect Border. Why? Oh, this monster has no effect here. Alright, so moving on along with our day. Bleach decides to kind of shut this off because he doesn't want to deal with this trying to beam itself out as a monster. And let's be real, like, being able to just have 2 monsters on the field and capitalize on your advantage would put you in a much better place. Pendulum Call, here we go! This card has so much value, even though it's at 1 in the OCG. Just like making your scales indestructible so you can't be Feather Dustered. You can't get Unending Nightmare. It's so good. just PS2 into the strike. You hold your own Inspect border with sword. That's really good value. Also keep in mind that these are going to go bye-bye at the beginning of his next turn. Keep in mind that if Bleach was bad enough and decided to kill this on the next turn, this could kill this. So you gotta bear that in mind. Normal summon Thunder King Ryo is really good value because now he can pop this scale and not worry about his opponent recurring anything. Remember, this doesn't negate continuous effects. It says activate monster effects. So keep that in mind. 4100 Slam, still holding the sword. Yeah, good value. Draw phase. Go for the double Iris because you top deck Thunder King and your opponent can't do anything. I mean, that's what value looks like to me. So stupid. And then, literally, this is a low scale, so his opponent trying to ogre over here, while he does not control a monster suitable to ogre. Thank you, Inspect Border. You actually did something useful, buddy. I'm actually proud of you. This game has been played, honestly, as well as it could have been from the stun player's perspective. I mean, you can argue like not trying to set an Inspect border, but Thunder King tempo. This game state being preserved to its fullest really just put your opponent in a shitty position. Just set past Inspect border in, bada bing, bada boom. I mean, he's literally locked. He can't do anything with his scales at this point. And Pendulum Magician just losing so much tempo here. It's over on the next turn. Feather Duster, top decked value. But I mean, like, you can't really do anything. Bleach lost 1,000 to take out the scale. Of course, the scale can't trigger, so free value. And we're moving into game 3. Whew. I was actually wrong about the scale popping the Inspect border. I'm kind of bad some days. You guys will realize it. Set, pass. Normal summon Inspect border. Man, this is such a shit hand. Like, if only this could have been better. Inspect border into the face down. Here we go. Double Iris getting no effect. Actually, really good of him to try to set this and try to trigger this. Probably to start the hand. Twin Twister discarding the Gold Bulb. Now we're on 3 cards back here. Like, you would think Bleach would be in a good position. Scale. You know what happens here? PS2, baby. Here we go. PS2. Double Iris attacking in. We're gonna pop the purple poison back here to kill this thing and deal some damage and move on along with our day back here. Nothing too major. Gold Bulb with Ash. Hey, Needle Fiber, how are you, buddy? Needle Fiber is going to attempt to resolve. Gold Bulb is hey, Veiler, yay, value. Bleach is debating on if he wants to Veiler here, but honestly, not allowing your opponent to get another monster seems really worth it. Top decked Demise. So Thunder King's got to tag in here, trying to ram things out. Thunder King can't tribute itself to negate, so the attack will be redirected since Needle Fiber tagged out. Coral Dragon's going to ram over. This is kind of where like the tempo point shifts in the game, and things start to look bad because he's got just so many monsters in his hand. And it really sucks being a stun player because these scenarios happen a lot more than you actually think. Like, you have such a low monster count, but sometimes you just kind of fucking get flooded out. And it really actually sucks being a stun player with this. Top deck 1 back row. This Coral Dragon's a real fucking pain in the ass to deal with here. So, just set, pass. Oh no, excuse me, set, demise. Draws into duality, draws into strike. So, set. Now, Bleach opts to set the duality here. The logic behind this is, granted, you can Ring of Destruction this, but if the opponent like tries to have anything else, we've seen Twin Twister earlier in the game, and if he tries to do something, the duality will bait as a bluff. So, we're going to try to Ring of Destruction Mr. Coral Dragon here, not allowing it to kind of discard to pop. A lot of weird things happening here. Coral Dragon attacks in, gets going, bye, friend. How are you? I would have actually argued for ringing this, but I mean, either way, he's still going to get to draw the card, so he's still going to have 2 cards, and you could have kept the Dino for the next turn. But depending on what the opponent has. The scenario, I guess you can argue for either side, just depending, because you can still shotgun the ring and go for it, but if your opponent starts to stabilize, I mean, like, you've only got a strike. Like, there's only so much you can do. That's why Yu-Gi-Oh is so weird at times. Giving Pendulum Magician just the ability to beam out any of these, it's risky. Top decked, discarding the warning, he goes for Twin Twisters on the strike and the duality, which, I mean, you can argue for what you want to argue. Sending the duality could have been more value. And this is where, well, things kind of start to get stupid. Foolish Burial out, our good friend Darkworm. You guys kind of know where this goes, right? Darkworm's effect, special summon itself. I mean, you're stuck with a Ring of Destruction. What are you going to do? Bleach really is in a bad position here, and it kind of just starts rolling into Electromite. Electromite's going to attempt to load and then get ringed. Actually, this was really good value here, just ensuring that, hey, I don't have to deal with you anymore. This is what happens when a good situation gets out of control very quickly, because now he's got scales established, and PS1 just kind of starts to shit on this day. Astrograph loaded, top deck duality. He actually grabs the Unending Nightmare here over the Feather Duster. The logic here is just to kind of make sure, hey, I can keep your one scale off the field each turn, and you can't establish anything. Set Unending, pop the Harmonizing, so we don't have to deal with the top deck boost. And now we have to deal with this fucker here. This thing gains 1100 attack when you control no monsters. Did you guys know that? And then Bleach top deck strike. He can't beat this 2200 top deck beast. You could argue going for the Feather Duster would have been the better play on the scales, but you're still only going to top deck strike, and I mean, you're still going to be at 2600. You might have got one more turn, but as you saw, like, his next draw is Ash Blossom, so at most he would get one more turn to set, and then it just kind of spiraled out of control. So, puns. Hope you guys enjoyed this showcase of Pendulum Magicians against Stun, and I'm out, guys. The ride never ends, guys. Make sure you enable those notifications to get the latest videos that are being posted on this channel. Make sure you guys check out VanCole40 for my Cardfight Vanguard channel, and join me and House of Champions on the Zodiac Duelist TV Twitch stream. We'll be interacting with our audiences. And please check out No Limit Gaming and LGTCG.com for the cheapest trading cards on the market. Thanks for watching, guys, and please have a good day.